Welcome to the Construction with Character podcast brought to you by Gotcha Covered Portable and Metal Buildings in Tyler, Texas. This show is built for homeowners and property owners across East Texas who want to make smart decisions when it comes to building, planning, and improving their space. Each episode delivers straightforward, real-world insights so you can avoid costly mistakes, work with the right people, and get the kind of results that actually last. So, without further interruptions, here is Kenny Cargill to talk about today's episode. Kenny?
Today I want to talk about something that doesn't get talked about enough, especially around Mother's Day. What actually makes a family building project feel respectful instead of stressful here in East Texas? A lot of people come into a project thinking the stress is just part of it. They expect confusion, miscommunication, and feeling like they're not being heard. The truth is, it doesn't have to be that way. Most of that stress comes from a lack of planning and a lack of respect for the people involved. When I say respect, I'm not just talking about being polite. I'm talking about how you treat someone's situation, their story, and what they're going through in that moment. One of the biggest lessons I've learned came from a woman who showed up to me with everything she owned in her car. She had just gone through a divorce, and she needed a place to start over. She wasn't asking for anything fancy. She just needed something that made her feel like she had a home again. Now, a lot of people would treat that like a simple sale. They'd show her a building, talk price, and move on. That didn't sit right with me. To me, that's a moment where you either treat someone like a transaction or you treat them with dignity. So we slowed things down and walked through what would actually work for her. We talked about layout, comfort, and what would make that space feel like hers. We ended up setting her up with a cabin-style portable building that gave her more than just shelter. It gave her a place where she could feel stable again. And that's really what a respectful family building project looks like. It's not rushed, it's not pressured, and it's not just about closing a deal. It's about listening first and building second. It's about making sure the solution actually fits the person, not just the budget. Let me answer a question I hear a lot. What makes a family building project feel respectful instead of stressful in East Texas? It comes down to three simple things: clear communication, proper planning, and treating people like they matter more than the project. If you don't have those three things, you're going to feel stress no matter how good the building looks in the end. If you do have those, the whole experience changes. Planning is a big part of this. Most problems I see in construction come from things that could have been handled before anything ever got built. When you take the time to plan out the details, you avoid surprises. When you avoid surprises, people feel more in control and less overwhelmed. The other part is how you handle mistakes. Because mistakes are going to happen. That's just reality. The difference is whether someone owns it or tries to work around it. If it's a mistake, I eat it, and that mindset changes everything for the customer. There's also something to be said about pressure. The moment someone feels like they're being pushed into a decision, that respect goes out the window. I've always believed that if it's not a good fit, that's okay. I'd rather someone walk away feeling like they were treated right than feel forced into something. When you take that approach, people relax. They start asking better questions, and they make better decisions. And especially around times like Mother's Day, this matters even more. A lot of these projects are tied to family, to transitions, and to trying to create something better for the people you care about. So if you're thinking about a portable building in Tyler, Texas, or anywhere across East Texas, don't just look at the structure. Pay attention to how the process feels. Does it feel rushed, or does it feel thoughtful? Do you feel heard? Or do you feel like just another job? Because at the end of the day, a building is just a building. What really matters is how you were treated while it was being built. At the end of the day, this is about doing things the right way and making sure you feel confident every step of the way.
You've been listening to the Construction with Character podcast powered by Gotcha Covered Portable and Metal Buildings in Tyler, Texas, a full-service outdoor spaces company. If it's in your yard, they can build it offering full delivery installations and set up for portable buildings, metal buildings, outdoor furniture, play sets, custom cabins, and storage and more. If you're planning a project or need guidance, you can call 9032-825750 or visit constructionwithcharacter.com to learn more. When it comes to building in East Texas, integrity and planning make all the difference. And this is where those conversations start.